Now that's what I call a Monday night. That was some fucking atrocious trash in my opinion tonight. There are so many ways that you could have done this better. The acting was just fucking terrible. The choices of camera shots, the overacting, the overscripted crap. What the fuck happened tonight on WWE Monday Night Raw? We're going to take your phone calls, and we're going to talk about it right here on the Joe Cronin Show, coming to you live from my other YouTube channel up until December 17th, so make sure you sub my real wrestling channel, which is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, but hit that sub button down below and Corrupted as well if you want to get corrupted. Remember, this channel is kind of for 18+. If you're under 18, it wasn't meant for you, so don't blame me, Mommy and Daddy. It's your fault, you shitty parents. Buy a t-shirt of mine. It's the Joe Cronin Show Monday Night Raw review. We're going to take your phone calls. Well, you guys can donate down below. The link is in the description box, or you can super chat it, whichever way you go. We pause them right now, and we'll play all your donations tonight. We'll play all your comments. We'll play all your fucking, if you want to send me a message of you beating yourself up with a spoon, I'll play that if you want. And we'll see you in a second.
You're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
This show is not for the weak at heart. Mature audiences only. Call the show 339-226-6610.
I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. Give me that hell yeah! But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. It's some of the most brutal contest this sport has ever known.
The Joe Cronin Show is brought to you by WrestleCrate. WrestleCrate.com. Use the coupon code JOESENDME for 10% off the month subscription box. And now it's time for the Joe Cronin Show.
Allow for everybody to get in here as they get the notifications on YouTube that we're live. And we're live on YouTube as well. We're live everywhere. We're not live on Twitch tonight. Decided not to go with the Twitch broadcast tonight, but we'll bring it back. Probably bring it back for SmackDown tomorrow night. This shit show unfolded. You know, the first 2 hours, I will say tonight, the first 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, great pace. While I did not agree with almost anything they did, nor was I, well, let me put it this way, I wasn't entertained by almost anything they did. I tried to be, but what I will say is their pacing was well done. It felt like the show was moving quick, like now to this, now to that, now to this, now this is happening. I didn't really agree with almost anything that happened, nor was I entertained really by it. But what I will say is they moved on from everything very quickly, and the pacing of the first 2 hours was great. Everything else was shit, though. But, Jake, what's up?
They're here! They're here! They're... Oh, wait, it's just Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Yeah, well, why was Kurt Angle doing that? It sounded like there was people breaking through the walls, like, they're here! They're here! Didn't he say alert, alert?
Something
he
fucking
said
He's got the walkie-talkie. He's like, guys! Glyphon! You know,
dude,
fucking
Kurt
out.
Angle has a walkie-fucking-talkie like it's Stranger Things, The Goonies, or you name your 80s movie with kids with E.T. Like, they're coming! Mom's coming! Get ready! Hide something! Like, what the fuck was that? Kurt Angle is a... Sometimes Kurt Angle, like, there's like 3 times that Kurt Angle, his performances have made me go, wow, he's amazing. Like, I'm like emotional from him. And then there's like the other 80% of the time, I'm like, I think Kurt Angle's a fucking retard.
Yeah, I can only think of 2 times so far that I've enjoyed his performances. That was the Half Black Sun promo that he cut in the ring, the really emotional one. That was great. Yeah. And when he first returned, when he made that long speech in the ring, that was great too. Besides that, his acting has been so hokey. Watching him come out like bringing your grandfather to Comic-Con, that was ridiculous when he came out with the shield, just smiling and like
Oh yeah,
all lighthearted, laughing.
When they were bringing Grandpa back to the nursing home, right? That's the
yeah, you know exactly. It just
the fuck was that?
He's always so just effervescent and lighthearted. Everything feels like a joke essentially. Then you see this bullshit, and they attack Daniel Bryan. I mean, what the fuck was this tonight? I thought there were, I like how they did it in the dark because you can't actually put your hands on Bryan.
Yeah, but
I mean, come on. This whole night was just I can see what you mean by the pacing, but it was so commercial heavy that we always bitch about the commercials, and I know they have to have ads to make money. That's part of life. I get it. But tonight felt excessive. Usually it's interrupting the flow and it's just all over the place, but tonight it was just so ad heavy that I couldn't get into anything. I don't know if you noticed, but it felt like they added, like at least 5 or 6 more commercial breaks. Every time we went into something, there was 2 breaks. Then we went out of something.
Yeah.
And especially when they go ahead, they introduce the superstars or they have their entrances. Then they go to commercial. Then they start the match. Then there's a commercial mid-match. Then they, finish the match. Then there's another commercial. That's 4 breaks for one match.
Yeah, there was way too many breaks. There was just a break. But you know what? It's weird. Like tonight, for me, to be honest, I wasn't bothered. A lot of times I am bothered by the commercials, but tonight I wasn't, and I thought the pacing was decent. But again, just what they did was so god awful and terrible and weird. And everybody's telling me that they either didn't get the notification or they're just getting it now. Some people say so. We're waiting for some people to still get here, but that's fine. I'm gonna resume donations here. Let's see.
You want to see my dick? I'll take my dick out right now.
Yeah.
I'm SeansView Entertainment, and you want to see my dick?
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Do you want to see my dick? I will show you my penis.
Go on, show it to me, Sean. Show it to me.
I'm SeansView. Don't screw with me, or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick? Do you want to see my dick?
Come on, Sean.
Really, Alexa, a fucking right hand? Should have shoved it up your twat and got Buddy Murphy ginger-dicked.
Ginger-dicked. The Goon. Thanks, The Goon, for the 13-13. Clearly, this match took place literally just so they could make the illusion of, oh, this is the main event, the Women's Championship. But they really just did it so they could have a result, move on to that shot, and have Braun Strowman come out and be the real main event. And just,
it was a sleight of hand distraction that failed.
Yeah, exactly. Just destroy everybody, yeah. So, I mean, because it may know, you go, why is Mickie James fighting Alexa? She can't beat. She's already lost. Doesn't make any sense. I get it. I get what they did, but still fucking stupid, so.
And then how many times did I think they recapped Stephanie's, threat to Kurt 4 times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it was filled with recap promos of, what happened early on, more so than usual, I feel like. Like, tonight was just so filled with bullshit. I can't. I'm just destroyed by it.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was bad
Raw
tonight.
was god awful. Kurt 6 tonight. Love ya, Joe.
Hey, Sarah Small. Love you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Look at that tip jar getting filled up there. I gotta take the blue screen off of it still, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll go old school. We'll look at that blue screen. Watch those coins fill up that tip jar. That cup fills up. I'm gonna dump it all over my cock. Sarah, thanks for the $2. The Goon. Thank you to The Goon for dropping 1313 as well. And real quick, I'm gonna take a phone call right off the bat because I feel like doing something different. 804. 804, you're live on the show. What's up, 804?
What's up, Joe? It's Broken Matthew.
What's up, man? What do you think of the show?
The worst part, the absolute worst part, was the club getting buried tonight.
Why did
I
sent you a Twitter video where I just went off.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was somebody, I don't know if it was you, tweeted that meme like, they told me it'd be great here, or whatever, with the pumpkin over his fucking head.
No, I was just straight ranting about it. Like, I sent you a video. I went off. Like,
Man of 1005 Holds just donated $5 in a super chat. And he goes, why did Kurt announce he's going to invade SmackDown? SmackDown didn't announce they were going to invade Raw. What an idiot.
Donald Trump would not approve.
I mean, like, I get that.
Not going to tell the enemy our secret plans. It's confidential.
You know, in a weird way, it helps them because they can, they can cross the ratings, try to cross the ratings, man. But I don't fucking know.
Mouths.
You literally had Rhino in makeup and tights.
Douchebag said testing super chat wouldn't work on Foulmouth. Really? I don't know why it's not working there. I mean, it works as long as you don't swear. I think. For some
there was
reason,
an issue. Somebody had tweeted out about it not working properly. It was like a widespread issue.
Okay. Yeah. The other day it was getting stuck. Look at that. Oh man, the tip jar's filling up. I love the tip jar.
Yeah, I remember I monetized this. It didn't come in for like 3 hours.
Oh really? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I want that fucking man. Look at that money just filling up the fucking jar.
I love it. But yeah, we had Rhino in a tights and makeup. You know, looking like a cheap Christmas whore. And then we had the club using a styrofoam tombstone and pies as weapons, and they lost due to a backwards pumpkin fucking helmet. A backwards pumpkin helmet. You can't figure out to turn it around so you could see, you dumb fuck.
It was almost the cum pumpkin dumpster. I've been telling people for years. Unfucking believable tonight with this shit.
This was worse than the Shockmaster.
The announcer was...
Honest to God.
It was dumb. Like, it was bad. Like, the announcers didn't want to be there.
The Shockmaster just fell. He couldn't help it. It was an accident. You're telling me you can't figure out to turn the fucking pumpkin around so you can see out of the cut holes? You're that retarded?
The commentary was actually funny. Like, I don't know if you heard it. They were actually shitting on it. Like, they did not want to be there whatsoever. And they fucking shit on it. Like, they did. Okay, douchebag, thanks for the $2. Man of 1,005 holds, thank you as well. And Sarah Smote, thank you. And yeah, what was the worst thing that you thought happened tonight?
That was definitely really upsetting to watch. I mean, I liked the Southpaw Regional Wrestling YouTube videos that they put out. Those were funny. I don't think they should have been brought into WWE. I know they did it, once or twice before. They acknowledged it, but to me, to see Finn win and then have to get tombstoned by Kane on the entrance ramp just burns my ass that much more. Oh, that's just devastating to me. Dude. It was bad enough he lost last week. They're building Kane so heavily for what? Why? Braun is already a decimating monster.
Roman,
Hashtag under siege.
Kengan Podcast, thank you very much for the $2. Under siege. They're under siege. Look at that fucking money. Look at that fucking money, Vince McMahon. You like that? Filling up that fucking... I'm gonna dump that all over my cock. I'm sorry. By the way, Undertaker returning back to Raw. 25 years of Raw. What do you think about this?
I feel... I don't know. Like it's a stupid betrayal of what they did with this character. They ended it at WrestleMania.
Well, maybe his wrestling career, but
yeah, I mean,
but the fact that the character's even showing up, right? Like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Party.
Oh shit!
Hey Joe and Jake, I made IT boys better late than never.
Shell.
Kisses to the chat.
Shell is in the motherfucking house. Dave Rose will despise you, Shell.
Despise me.
Holy fucking shit, Shell. God damn it. Bring it on, baby. I'm ready to fucking go, Shell. Thank you so much, guys. Give it up for Shell dropping $50 fucking dollars. Holy shit, is that thing exploding or what? Like, holy Christ.
My name is Jeff.
Oh my God! Thank you, Shell, for the
certainly filling.
Man,
yeah,
tonight was so
they
bad.
ended it so nicely with fucking the Undertaker essentially as nice as it could be. The thank you Taker chants.
Yeah, it was nice, but still.
Would you rather have a broomstick with barbed wire on it shoved up your ass or watch an episode of Raw? Me broomstick with a barbed wire on it. Raw.
Barbs, and he gave a Raw a 0.5 out of 10, says JP Baker 91.
Hell yeah, JP. I'll take that barbed wire broom any day.
God damn it. JP, listen. Thank you guys for the big time support. There's a couple people asking me, so I'll let you know. There's 2 different ways to donate. People wondering what the difference is. So there's a link in the description box down below. You can donate there. That goes directly to the show, and you can choose the amount that will set off an alert. Or you can donate with the Super Chat button, which is the $ and below the chat, which will always give you the Super Kick party no matter how much you donate. And really no difference, except for that money comes at the end of the month, and this one comes instantly if you use the link in Streamlabs. It doesn't matter which way you do it, but people always ask me what the hell the difference is, and that's really no difference. Just that there's a difference, but that's the difference. So there you go. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It was bullshit, but there's no fucking reason that The Undertaker should come back at the 25th. Maybe Mark Calloway, or they could even do. I don't know. I don't want to see him. It defeats the purpose of having him be defeated by Roman. You know,
Mark Calloway.
They did it. They pulled the trigger.
Jake, you want Mark Calloway to be on Raw. I'm sorry.
A few people said Twitch alerts isn't working for them. That's why they're sticking to the super chats.
Really?
Yeah. So
that explains why it's so calm right now. Yeah, I don't see. I just went on Twitch alerts and it's not telling me anything's wrong.
Yeah, I see Streamlabs is up, but try and do a test donation maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it and it's not saying anything's wrong. But all right, whatever. It's just, it looks good to me. But sometimes you got to try a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But that being said, you know, what else? Let's go through the night. Let's go through.
Yeah,
the night.
We'll go through it all. I mean, really quick before I forget, Matt made a great point. Matt Hendricks in the chat said, you know, it's already being reported that Finn Balor and Braun Strowman are going to be a part of the Raw Survivor Series team. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck are they building Kane for? I mean, that's a great point right there, Matt. Why would they be building to, you know, make Kane look so devastating?
So him and Roman can have an Inferno match or something?
I guess, but why? What does it accomplish? What is it?
I don't know.
Braun already looks like a crazy, mad monster. He looks like a true, you know, Dr. Frankenstein's monster, uncontrollable and truly devastating. He just came out of a goddamn garbage truck and destroyed the Miztourage. Why do you need to have him get the rub from Kane?
I don't
know. What
know,
is beating Kane
They're
prove?
doing that, though. That's happening. I mean, it's, you know, Kane's going around beating, like, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and, like, all you're doing here is burying all the guys that shouldn't be buried. Or you're giving losses to people that don't need losses. By the way, speaking of shit like this, let's just skip around because now I'm just getting mad.
Yeah.
Elias is fucking, like, over with some people and hated by other people, like, but for the right reasons. The guy, like I said, the more and more this thing goes, the more over this guy's going to get. But Jason Jordan is annoying. Like, I mean, literally, this guy, this fucking babyface sucks. Enzo Amore is the same way. Enzo is over. He's entertaining. He's the heel. Elias is the same way. Kalisto is awful. Nobody, I mean, he's not awful. Like, he's a good wrestler and stuff, but it's just nobody cares about him right now at all. And same thing with Jason Jordan. Both guys, great wrestlers, and in the right situations, like tag teams like they were in, they were good. But right now, they're just not holding it. It just makes no, they just can't, WWE can't make a babyface. Like, they have no fucking idea, especially a mid-card babyface. Like, it seems like they just can't do it. Or when they have it, they ruin it, or they get rid of it, or they turn them heel. You don't turn faces heel. When people are over as a face, you don't turn them heel. You turn somebody who's not getting over as a face heel.
Exactly.
What the fuck are they doing?
It doesn't make sense. And I said before tonight on Twitter, you know, the motivations are a bit striking. To see Jason Jordan destroy the guitar, and that made Elias so upset.
Yeah.
He breaks his guitar on a regular basis. It's not like it, you know, the trumpet for the New Day, you know, it doesn't work like Francesca does, where it's a prized possession. He destroys guitars week in and week out. You never saw Jeff Jarrett cry over his guitar. You know, it doesn't really serve as a character motivation.
Yeah.
So they need to discover more and you know, bring about more about these characters, and they're not able to. They're all so flat and two-dimensional that it shows. Like you said, so you have a face, he's not working, you know, you should turn him heel. But instead they just flip people back and forth, face, heel, bad, good, bad, at a whim that you never really get any, you know, way to develop who they are, why they're fighting, what are they fighting for. What are their true motivations? You know, you don't get any sort of development going on week to week. It's just this one's facing this one. They have a small feud, a quick little rivalry. Now it's over.
Right. And guys, we will take phone calls in a few minutes. But you're right. Everything you just said is what goes on. It happens and it ends. And Raw is not. It's not been good. This was an abomination tonight. It's typical of like a holiday show where it's like, well, normally the show sucks. But tonight it was piss poor. I mean, again, the only thing that stuck out to me that was different, that made it somewhat good, was, again, that I believe they had good pacing for 2 hours from the 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock time slot. They had great pacing. On to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. Well done. By the way, thanks to everybody in the chat who's drawing penises and stuff. I actually haven't seen any of those. I just want to trigger people to start doing it because I'm a sicko. Click that like button, guys. Stick the thumb up my ass. Let's see if we can get 400 likes. If we get 400 likes tonight, it means Roman Reigns fucks fish. Also, thanks to the people that are donating. If you want to donate, the link is in the description box down below. Or if that's not working for you, like some people have said, the $sign down below in the chat is there for super chats. However, iOS users tend to have issues with that. I want to thank everybody for funding the show and helping out, making this show able to go week after week after week. Also, for going over to my Real Wrestling channel, which is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. This is Corrupted, where we do other things, but right now is the home of all my live broadcasts due to the issue we had. Also want to remind everybody that on Teespring, in the links below on the Joe Cronin Show, you can find my Teespring account where we got JCS Army t-shirts, the old #fact t-shirts, and tons of other shirts available now. You guys have been killing it with t-shirt sales. You don't always have the best t-shirts. Some are really good. A lot of them are horrible. But, if you like them, go ahead and grab one. I'm also impressed that we had 5 limited edition Yuppie Heater t-shirts, and they all sold out. 5 shirts sold, and I don't know why I just decided to do only 5. Lots of other people asked me for them afterwards, so maybe I should have re-released them, but I sold it as a limited edition type of deal, so people bought it on that basis, so I can't re-release it. That's why I'm not re-releasing it. I may release a different version of it, and then it's still rare for those people, but I wanted it to be sort of rare. I don't think anybody...
Version 2.0.
Does anyone really even give a fuck? I mean, to be honest, like, oh, God, I've got the limited Joe Cronin. Who gives a shit? Like, right? The fuck am I? Am I fucking an X-Man comic from 1960? Anyway...
You're special, baby. You know what? Really, last year Raw was in Hartford for Halloween, and they didn't have as much of a shit show as tonight was, but they did have their typical gimmick match. They had a trick or street fight last year, and Enzo beat Luke Gallows. So for Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson to have a fucking trick or street fight again this year, they just that I feel bad for them. I'm absolutely heartbroken. And I really like, Chad Too Bad and Tex Don't Call Me Sex Ferguson.
Yes, me too. Not tonight, though,
No. Like I said, Southpaw, I really find that shit entertaining. But you see, Mrs. Claus and Santa, it was just an abomination and so disrespectful to everything those guys worked for.
Yeah, piece of shit. Fuck this show tonight. I mean, like, seriously, fuck this show up the ass. Everybody deserved better. The directing, the editing was fucking piss poor. Where is fucking Kevin Dunn? Kevin Dunn, if you're listening, I'm gonna choke you. Okay? What the fuck was this? Why would you take an angle of a tombstone from down below of the stage when you know that a tombstone nowadays is kind of done a little bit more softer, not the best, but you know it's gonna be worse when you're on the stage, because on the staging, you're gonna pull up even more. So you don't kill somebody, so it's not going to look the best. I went back and looked at Jake the Snake Roberts' tombstone outside the ring with The Undertaker from WrestleMania 8. Right as The Undertaker goes to deliver the tombstone, not only is the cameraman standing up and zooming down or looking downward, but he actually raises the camera up a little bit more as the tombstone happens. And it created the effect of, I don't 100% know that Jake's head didn't hit the ground. I'm not sure. But then Bobby the Brain Heenan says something like, he could have a broken neck, Monsoon. Like, his neck might be broken, Monsoon. And it was like, oh, my God, he just killed...
Yeah, that's a fucking amazing example. I can think of a few moments like that where you get those awesome tombstone pile drivers that just look so devastating. So just, oh, my God, you killed him.
It didn't even look the most devastating, but it was like they were outside, so he protected him even more there. You could kind of see that Jake's head didn't hit the ground, but his face was tucked outside the knees in there the right way. But the cameraman had the right shot. He had the above angle, so it's tougher to see if the head hit the ground. It's fucking...
Exactly. They worked with them, not against them.
It's mathematics or geography. Not geography. I don't fucking... What's the word, Leah? No. Well, no, it's physics. There's a word for it. But anyway, the bottom line is it's visual, and you're seeing the tombstone from down here. You're going to see a clear shot. It was almost like, make sure you get a clear shot to see if his head hits the ground. Why would you want a clear shot of that? This isn't the NFL. We're not looking to get a clear shot of the goal line to see if the ball crosses. You don't want a clear shot. Who the fuck had the cameraman sitting there? And who the fuck said go to camera 1 or whatever the fuck camera it was? They should have immediately said, well, this ain't gonna look right. Pan away right now or pan away early.
They should have went to their sweeping cam that they have, you know, the auto zoom one that's on the track behind them.
No.
Because that can go up. It's got a high zoom, and it's got the arm bar that can like extend over the crowd.
No, here's
that
the
would have
stage.
been perfect, like a sweeping shot.
Here's the stage. Here's the cameraman down here. Here's the announce table over here. You get a cameraman right near the announce table, so it's at least equal height to the tombstone. Just a fucking atrocious angle. It's not.
They could have done a
Kane's
perfect
fault.
shot, reverse shot too. They could have, you know, shown the setup, gone to the high angle for the actual impact, and then gone back to the low for the devastation. You know, to show him laid out on the ground and selling the move.
This is not the first
Instead,
time.
we saw it missed by a mile.
But this is not the first time. People sent us multiple shots of this shot before. They've done this exact shot a bunch before, and it looked bad every time. This looked the worst, but it's looked bad times. It's not Finn Balor's fault. It's not Kane's fault. It is the camera angle's fault, because you know you're going to be a little more careful on the stage with somebody's head, and so you know it's not going to look like the best tombstone. You know that in the ring, the tombstone always looks better because you get a bounce in the ring, and you can still kill somebody and hurt or paralyze somebody, but you know there's that little bit of a give in the ring. But it's like, are they not is someone not thinking of these fucking things? What the fuck are people doing? And I really just can't believe it. But whatever. That being said, let me turn these donations back. We've got a few here pop up here.
Super Chat Party.
Ronald Hollick.
Rollins and Ambrose fed last month to Braun and now repeat again to Kane.
Yep. Ronald, thanks so much, man. Yeah, you basically keep feeding your upper, like, you turn Seth Rollins from a main eventer into a upper mid-carder. Like, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have become upper mid-carders. And now, not only have they become upper mid-carders, they're losing upper mid-carders. I know they're Intercontinental tag team champions. But, they're losing singles matches, man. I mean...
Universal Championship.
Thanks, Ronald.
Oh, that looks the same as Oh, give me a freaking break.
Thanks, Ronald Hollick, for the $2, man.
Man is so fucking hot.
Yeah, she's hot.
That big curly ponytail and black choker and heels.
Yeah.
Someone help me. I don't care how many people dislike this woman. I'd fuck her and she can yell at me while we do it.
The fuck? Oh my god. Monica! Wait, that was Monica?
Baby.
That can't be Monica. Monica wants to bang Stephanie?
Yeah, she said she got it through to Streamlabs, so...
What?
Yeah, that was an amazing comment from Monica, because that's the fucking truth. As much as we might despise Stephanie's character, and I do give them credit for not having her come out there and be like a sympathetic face. She didn't say, oh, well, Shane attacked us and we got to rise up. They stuck with the heel persona. I'm glad they stuck to their guns with that. I'll give them credit for that much. But Stephanie is fucking hot.
Dayron, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate the sub, Dayron. Thank you so much. Yeah, Stephanie's hot. She's the hot mom.
She looks fantastic.
Shitbum.
All joking aside,
I'm
she
someone
really does.
who generally tries to look on the bright side of WWE. But seriously,
That's too bad.
tonight was real rough. People don't get how hard it is to be entertaining when the show is so shit. I mean, how in the hell can some pumpkin guts hurt a pro wrestler?
Yeah, comment. Thanks, man. And you know, it's embarrassing. You know, you could hear Cole like, that's a styrofoam tombstone, by the way. Like, it was just like, they were funny. I mean, the announcing was kind of funny. Yeah, and by the way, Booker T tonight had to be the one to be like, we can't let them come here to Raw, like, and all this stuff. Because Booker T had to be like that. Because Michael Cole and Corey Graves couldn't be like that. Because they're the SmackDown announcers, too. Because it makes no sense. It's the perfect 10. He's the perfect dark match. Tye Dillinger.
Jake has a 15-inch song and Alexa Bliss is hot. Love Jake.
Jake has a 15-inch song? I think they meant dong or schlong.
Hey, I'll go with Either of those.
Infinite Rich, thank you very much for the perfect 10 donation. And
thank you, Rich, and
show.
enjoy the network so you can watch your wife Alexa Bliss.
Enjoy the network. Whack it to Bliss.
He wants to see Alexa Bliss on Total Divas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he can't wait for that. That's his absolute favorite.
People coming out saying that they think Nia Jax, thanks for that donation, man. They think Nia Jax is definitely the reason for her not being there was a Total Divas angle. Which would kind of make sense in a way because it made no sense, right?
Yeah, it was really bizarre, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Party.
Dong song, baby.
Would you build Kane up for Undertaker return at SS?
Man, Ronald says, would you build Kane up for an Undertaker return at SummerSlam or Survivor Series? No. When's the Raw 25th episode? When is that day? Is that January?
That's January 22nd, I believe. So it's in the 20s, 20-something. So.
Yeah, he's not going to be wrestling Kane. I would not do that. No. I would not have the Undertaker come back. I just wouldn't have him come back. I mean, I suppose if the Undertaker did come back, though, it would be crazy if you think about it. Imagine if he ripped through the ring and came, like, people fucking
Samoa Joe and Braun was the only thing good, but why Braun come out the garbage truck, Joe? Surreal.
I have no idea.
Down Kane and Steph.
Super logical asshole. Thank you for the $5. Super chat. The super chat party. Thank you, man. You know what? I have no idea why they did this. This looked so fucking goofy. This was the corniest thing I've ever seen. Braun, like, why didn't they have Braun just driving the dump truck and then get out of it with, like, scars all over him or something? Like, looking crazy. It was...
Yeah, he spent all that time in a garbage truck. Yeah, he was back inside the garbage truck, but he left a garbage bag inside Miz's dressing room.
Yeah, he put himself in the garbage truck? So you're telling me he left... Jordan, thanks for the subscribe, man. Hit that sub button down below. Thank you, man. So he left a garbage bag in the locker room, then put himself in the garbage truck and had somebody back him up? Like, it was just not... This is just not in character with Braun
that's what I'm saying.
Strowman.
They had to cover him with garbage, too, so he could burst his way out. So
Gino, thanks for the sub. And I get it. It's wrestling, right? It's stupid. But, like, this is not in character. Braun Strowman would be like... You know what I would have done? And it would have been funny... Maybe something like this, and I you know, I haven't thought this out, but real quick off the top of my head, you know how funny it would be if you know, there was like a garbage man outside the place, like doing the garbage of the arena or whatever, and Braun just showed up, and I know that you want a surprise of him coming out at the end. If you wanted to do that, you could have done that too, but it would have been funny if you showed him showing up in the middle of the show, and he just grabbed the garbage truck guy, the operator, and was like, "Get out of the truck!" Like, you know, he just pulls the guy out of the truck and he goes, "No, this is my garbage truck." Because that's what makes Braun funny. Those dumb, like, Neanderthal, like, stupid shit that he says. Like, "This is my garbage truck now.
I'm not finished with you yet." You know,
that's
that's why we loved him. That's why we fell in love with the character.
Yeah.
Like you said, those simplistic Neanderthalish things that he did, total caveman style.
That's
fucking epic.
Do you remember
when
Ryback? Dude, Ryback was doing that at one point, and it was funny when Ryback did it. That was the only time I enjoyed Ryback on camera, was when he was in the back, like, beating people up. "Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was a
bully.
bully.
You a fucking bully? Are you trying to bully me?" And then he beats somebody up. Like, that shit was funny. Like, that's the same thing with Braun. The dumb big guy voice. It's like, normally that used to be awful. Like, what Braun is doing now, like, years ago would have never worked. We would have hated it. But it's so stupid that it's funny. And I actually like him because of it. It's the weirdest thing. But
that's because it's not overused. We're not inundated by a bunch of big men with all stupid, shitty gimmicks at this point.
Dude,
you know,
Braun,
there's not a bunch of giants.
Jake Braun needs to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, he needs to be like, "Time to take out the garbage." Like you know.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Like,
he needs to, you know, get to the chopper. He needs to have those kind of one-liner, you know, intense moments. Hard sells, and he needs to look like a fucking Terminator. He needs to look like nothing hurts him at this point.
Right. And he just, dude, if he'd commandeered the garbage truck then and started driving it, and then the Miz and they were like, we got to get out of here, and then they couldn't get out, and then they eventually did get out. But right as they're driving to the entrance to get out of the parking lot, here comes the dump truck, fucking, and it just fucking stops right in front of him. And then Miz is like, get out of the fucking thing, whatever. And then Braun gets out and chases them. Same effect. It would have been the same thing, except for you would have gotten rid of all the cheesy shit that they did. Now,
exactly. He should have been driving the thing and drove it into the limo, or he could have even been in the goddamn limo. He could have been the driver of the limo, like people said. That would have been better than this.
Nobody over 12 liked this. Like, there's no way anybody over the age of 12 years old could have enjoyed that, for the most part. And when Braun, by the way, do you see Braun when he was running after Miz? Because it looked fucking hilarious. He was like,
yeah. It looked like something out of Scooby-Doo.
Oh, my God.
You know what killed me, though, is like you said, it really should have been so much better than what it was. And they have this great reveal. Think about kayfabe, included, what Braun has endured or been through essentially in the last year. He's flipped a fucking ambulance. He's chucked people into trash cans.
Yeah.
Even at TLC when he had all those chairs toppled down on top of him going through the stage and then, being locked inside a garbage truck. He had that ambulance backed up into the pillar and he walked away from that. So you have him trapped in a garbage truck. He's gone for 1 week. All right, fine. But it just doesn't fit with his character tonight, and he's done some stupid things before. They ruined it. They had all this build and they fucking ruined it. And that's what happens far too often. They ruin the magic.
Yeah, they did tonight. I mean, it was dumb. In the end, people cheered for him anyway because it was like funny and like kind of, and it was
You
Braun.
need something to cheer for. They started to cheer. We didn't even touch on the fact that Samoa Joe came back tonight. Why? Because I feel like they ruined it.
Yeah, it was
You
weird.
just had him walk out, and then he has a fucking short little exchange with Apollo Crews and Titus.
They did it to hook people. They literally did it to hook people and keep and sell ads better. I'm not even joking because they look what they did, and that's why this was a pace thing. They did a good job with this because of the pace, but it was kind of like what. You expected some bigger thing to happen, but it wasn't. But it was like the women's match was over, and you're like, okay, that was boring. Now there's going to be some backstage thing real quick, and then commercial. But instead, women's thing over. Oh, God, like, fucking, what the fuck, Samoa Joe? And then go to commercial, and that makes you go, whoa, what's going to happen when we get back? Or I got to watch Samoa Joe now, or like, what? And the people are buzzing, and maybe they can sell the ads on the commercial breaks higher. Maybe they, are holding their attention span longer. It felt like there was a different pace thrown out tonight for the first 2 hours. Problem is, again, it was horrible, and the third hour was atrocious. It was almost like they just said, fuck this. On the third hour, the pace went out the window. I give this show a 3 out of 10 tonight.
That's being generous. I mean, think about it. Daniel Bryan gets locked in a dark room. He tries the door. Oh, I'm fumbling my way around here with your smartphone in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a flashlight.
You have
a
fucking
light.
flashlight on your smartphone. Or you can turn the screen around and it becomes a portable flashlight if you don't have a fucking flash on your camera, which everybody does, It's stupid for him to be in the dark. He's around the room. So if the door is locked, how did Kane get in? How did you not notice him beforehand? Like when they throw all logic and reason out the fucking window, that's why you get people giving up on the product. The arena looked very empty tonight. The only amusement I got from that part with Daniel Bryan getting chokeslam is Taz tweeted out Daniel Bryan just lost his dark match. That was funny.
That's funny. Yeah, but
come on,
I don't mind them doing it. Here. It's what they did. It's the acting. It's how they did it. It was the overproduced stuff. That's what I didn't like. Everything they sort of did could have been done, but you should have done it better.
Exactly. The entire exchange between Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle was laughable. But why was Daniel there? Why did he show up at Raw? I've asked people. No one has an answer.
So Kane can attack him, I guess, and so.
Okay, but that was an effect of why he was there. But what was his original, motivation for going to Raw? What did he want to accomplish?
It made no sense. He was like, Kurt Angle was like, "Oh my God, sound the alarm! Oh my God, they're here! They're here! They're here!" What are you doing?
Code red.
And
Code
then,
red.
but not only that. After that, listen. This is what went down. He said something like this: "Oh my God, code red! Alert! Alert! They're here! They're here!" on a fucking radio for some reason. And then he goes,
"Commercial break."
No. Then he looks at Daniel Bryan and he says, "What are you doing?" Like his whole demeanor changed. It almost sounded like he was watching security cameras and saw them around the building, And then he turned to Daniel Bryan and said, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, because he didn't know Daniel Bryan was there. It was all like, what the fuck was that? Like, oh my God, oh my God. What are you doing here? It was like...
So I expected when they came back from commercial to have a bunch of fucking people from SmackDown behind Daniel Bryan. Because he's, like you said, he turns, he's panicking, he's freaking out. He's like, what are you doing here? And then it cuts to commercial. So when they come back, they're just nonchalantly talking with each other. Like, oh yeah. But nothing Daniel said there made a lick of sense. Oh, I didn't agree with Shane. Okay, so then why are you here? Are you trying to defect to Team Raw? You know, are you warning them of an impending attack? No, and then he gave a message to send back to Shane. That's all well and good. Like Shane doesn't watch the fucking program to get your message.
It almost felt like Kurt Angle called Daniel Bryan there. Because then Kurt Angle took over the whole thing, like, you tell Shane this. And Daniel Bryan's just like, okay. Oh yeah, It made they didn't know.
And then he says
they had
nothing.
no fucking clue. They didn't know what they're doing.
Jokes out of it. They're like, Kurt's like, what the hell are you doing here? And Bryan says, this is the show that will medically clear anyone, right?
WWE didn't care. All they wanted to say was, Daniel Bryan shows up for some reason so he can get attacked by Kane. That's all they did. That's what it was. And by the way, Kurt Angle wouldn't be like, alert, alert, they're here. Oh my God. What are you doing here? Like, that's not what would happen. You would be like, let everybody know SmackDown's here. What are you doing here, Daniel? It would go something like that.
Yeah, instead you get something out of Troll 2. Oh,
I got Daniel
Bryan.
I got Daniel Bryan standing in my locker room right now. I want everybody on alert. SmackDown is here. What are you doing here, Daniel? Not, oh my God, alert, alert, the code red. There's a... What are you doing here? Like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Dude, the acting was so bad tonight. The directing, the acting, the writing, the reasons... Fuck you, like, in the asshole. Like, seriously, it's noticeable. Now, you can say that, oh, it's just wrestling and who gives a crap, you know, whatever. Yeah, it was just wrestling. Yeah, it was just wrestling, too, in 1996 and 7 when WWE started losing, was losing the ratings to WCW. It was just wrestling then, too. It was just wrestling when the ratings used to be at 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, and now you're looking at a sub 3. Okay? Yeah, it's just wrestling, but it's also going to be just over if you don't stop this. Because it is bad, and people notice it. You're putting up little, just like I have behind me, these little glowing lights. They do this all the time. Oh, they're in a room, they're on a set, they put some fucking ambient lighting up behind them, and then they sit there and they try to act like it's a scene on Saturday Night Live. No! In fact, Saturday Night Live is more authentic than this because those actors are improv actors, and they also have a script that they stick to, so they do well with that. Most current WWE superstars now do not do well with scripted. They just don't. And because most wrestlers don't. They just don't. They do better shooting from the hip. They do better with bullet
They've been
points.
taught their entire career, their whole lives, to think on their feet. You know, to do improv, to go ahead and create and speak from the heart, speak from the mind, let the soul flow through you. Let your words be your motivation before your fists fly. Now you have to go ahead and memorize words. It's night and day difference. It's the exact opposite of what you've been trained and learned and practiced to do your entire career.
But you know what? It's coming, Jake, because they're going to start doing, like, you're going to go to NXT and there's going to be a whole acting class, and it's going to be all acting.
Oh, it's going to be full scripted entirely.
And then it's going to be really bad. Or what will happen, the only other thing I can see happening is that they do start getting people that can act really good because they're teaching it a different way. Instead of being on the indies, grabbing a mic and being like, it's on you. It's on you, bro. You just did something. It's on you. You know what? Here's some water. Here's a can of whoop-ass nuts. Peanuts, whoop-ass peanuts, right? Let me tell you something. These whoop-ass peanuts are the greatest peanuts in the world. And this is a water bottle. But see, the thing is, I went to the store and I picked this water bottle out. And I picked it out because Joe Cronin makes good decisions. I make very good decisions, in fact. And I know there's a lot of people out there that like whoop-ass peanuts. But watch this. I just poured water all over these whoop-ass peanuts. Why did I do that? Because I don't give a damn about these whoop-ass peanuts. You know why? Because I didn't buy them. I bought this water. Some schmuck gave me these nuts. Why did he give me these nuts? He gave me these nuts because they're worthless. He didn't try to sell me these nuts. He didn't try to talk these nuts up and, hey, you got to buy these great nuts. No, he handed these to me. He passed off his garbage to me. And that's why right now I dump this water on top of these nuts because I don't give a damn about them. They're worthless. They're garbage. In fact, there's the trash can. And I just threw them out because I don't need them. Joe Cronin goes and buys what Joe Cronin needs because when something is good, like this water, I pay for it. But when some smelly schmuck gives me some crap-ass peanuts that I don't want, I stuff them in the garbage. I don't need to go out there and try to sell or make a buck off those peanuts. I know they're worthless. What did I just do? I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I just grabbed peanuts off a desk, grabbed the water bottle, and made a story up. I don't even know what I was just talking about. I just started talking about how some guy gave me nuts and they're worthless, and this water bottle is great because I bought it. What the fuck was I even talking about? I don't even know. But most of those wrestlers can't even... That's what they do. They go on the indie scene, and they're given a situation, and they just go into it, and they start riling stuff off. And they're good when they do that. You put a script in front of them, like... Oh, like, it just goes to shit, and you can see it on the TV. It is clear as day. When Kurt Angle left the WWE, they weren't this scripted. Kurt Angle was either funny or serious, and either way, it usually worked. Now, why does Kurt Angle suck 70% of the time he's on TV, 80% of the time? Why has Kurt Angle, at least 2 times, at least 2 or 3 times, I've said, wow, what a great performance by Angle. That Jason Jordan performance when he cried or whatever, holy shit, was that good? Because it was sort of that part was he was allowed to give himself there. But when you're in the back and you say, now you say this, then you say that, then we do this, then we cut that. It's going to be bad because it's not used to it. But if they start building wrestlers to do that, maybe they'll get some good actors that will, then it will become good again because they'll just be good actors, so you'll think it's real, like then, realer then. I don't fucking know. But I feel like it will never be that good because wrestling is supposed to be built on vibing back and forth a lot of times.
The only thing I got out of that was that some guy gave you his nuts and then you made them wet.
Yeah. Yeah, Leah goes, if you said nuts one more time. But no, the fact of the matter is there was nothing to go on. I have no idea what I just did.
But you were able to make a story out of nothing, and that's the point you're trying to convey, is that they're not going to have that ability. And then when they do have these moments where they need to, you know, shoot or give a great behind-the-scenes interview or, you know, they're doing, you know, a serious radio type thing, they're not going to know what the fuck to say unless, you know, mommy, daddy McMahon is there to hold their hand and walk them through it and coach them.
Well, and the other thing is, you know, people are all saying D's nuts in the chat now, and it's like I kind of knew where that was going to go with these nuts. So it's like we're getting reactions right now, but that's the thing they're not getting when you do a robotic script of, hey, I got the nuts, like, it's I don't even know what to do. Like, how do they're like fucking robots in the back here. Let's take the donations here. But it's just so robotic, it's piss poor.
Absolutely.
Paula, thank you very much for subscribing, Paula. Here's your shout out. And no, I'm not going to Adam Blampier you. So I'll just say a no to that right now. Somebody fucking already in the DMs. I swear to God, it's him. He was like, hey, Joe, send me your cock. He keeps tweeting me.
Super chat party.
Here we go. Gorilla Strong.
When did Bliss get Tyson co-power? Shout out to chat.
When did Bliss and Tyson KO power? Shout out. What? When did Bliss get Tyson KO? Oh, because she put the shot she gave to Mickey. Gorilla Strong, thanks for the $2. And what's up? Yeah, I mean, that was a little random, I suppose, but I don't know. I didn't even care about the match.
We knew she had no chance, and that's what also, you know, bothers me. Out of everything tonight, it's just a footnote in the land of bullshit, but when they make these title matches after you already scheduled a match to happen at Survivor Series, now you're going to have someone fight for the title? Why? You already scheduled the match for Survivor Series 3 weeks out. You're going to let the champion change hands? I never understood when they did that. You have a match booked, it's scheduled, it's in writing, it's on the marquee, you know, it's ready to go, and now you're going to potentially change who's going to be in the matchup because you're putting the title on the line.
And they don't.
You just know the person's not going to win.
Well, they don't say it enough too. They don't say like, "Hey, you know, this could change the title match implications." You know, Freddie Lopez, thanks. Freddie Lopez.
They played that up more
sub.
and made it seem more threatening to their chances of going to Survivor Series. Then I'd say, oh wow, they might have a shot. Instead, I wish it was Jason Jordan that came out tonight, because then we get to see Matt Hardy get pinned clean by the Miz.
Shitbum. Oh god.
Alexa Bliss is the female Roman Reigns.
Oh, he meant Mike Tyson.
Both champions are on Total Divas as well as Miz Money in the Bank. Fuck this company. So garbage.
Yeah, that's true. Alexa Bliss is the female Reigns, except for Alexa Bliss can cut a promo. Monday Nitro. Monday Nitro, thanks for the $5 and becoming a $5 shitbum. But yeah, the difference is Alexa Bliss can cut a promo. I would rather listen to Alexa Bliss promo by far than listen to Roman Reigns. Suffering succotash.
I enjoy her in the ring. I think that, she's got a good overall appeal. I think Roman could be good. He really could be. But
they're similar.
Unfortunately, he's just
wrestling.
Yeah, he's been hindered by
by Brian Himmelfarb.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated $9. I'm getting hard.
This is the champion to monetize this right here, Brian. Look at Brock Lesnar bust a nut.
Shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
It's not a Raw review without the Brock Lesnar donation. Didn't see the show tonight, but based on the review, I didn't miss much.
No, you did not. Trust me, Brian, do not watch Monday Night Raw. Do not watch it. Simple. By the way, I did speak about the situation with I know it's not wrestling related, but the situation with what's his name? Who's the guy who touched a kid when he was little now? Kevin Spacey. Yeah, I talked about that on Patreon. If you want to go support me on Patreon every month, guys, $1 a month, $2 a month, whatever you want to do. It's patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And a shout out to people who are not patrons. If you do become a patron tonight, right now, the alerts will go off and tell people that you've become a patron. And you guys should like the alert that I have for that.
It's pretty damn awesome.
So give it a try tonight if you want to do it while I'm live. That way you can see the alert. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Become a patron now. You'll get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Morning Madness, where I talk about just life in the world and entertainment, news, whatever. For usually between 20 minutes to an hour, depending on what's going on. Every morning. It's usually up by 6 a.m. Well, the last couple weeks while I was sick, it was totally fucking erratic, but it should be back to normal now. So there you go for that on Patreon. Plus the big show every Saturday night, or technically Sunday morning at 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., whenever we get it started by. You can listen in and hear us recording Corrupted Podcast live. So that is what you get. There's other things you get. You get more. We're adding a couple shows coming up over the next week and two. So there'll be a new wrestling show coming there for patrons. It's just bonus stuff for people that want to support the show monthly. Tons of bonus shit. Hopefully over 8 hours a week for you every week. Although the last couple weeks when I was sick, again, we were toned down a little bit. And people listen to Corrupted episode number 22 on Saturday night. So become a patron tonight, and we'll get your alert about it during the show if you do it now.
Yeah, that Kevin Spacey situation is very twisted and sick. The fact that he can say that he's not culpable for his actions, basically for attempting to sexually, attack a 14-year-old minor at a house party he had because he was, under the, consumption of alcohol, is just awful. Just absolutely awful. Basically saying that you're not responsible for your actions when you're drunk. And then I love how, celebrity blogs and most of the news agencies only focus on the fact that he came out of the closet. That's it.
That's the thing the problem I had with it. Oh yeah, and I'm gay, by the way.
He's trying to hide behind the rainbow. Literally.
Hide behind the rainbow.
I mean that's the truth there.
Oh my God, bro.
Social justice warriors can't attack him because, oh, look at that, I'm gay. Now that makes me, quote unquote, defensible. He's truly defended and blanketed by the,
oh my God,
persecution of gays in our culture. And guess what? That's not the point at all here. That's not what you're being, attacked about. It's the fact that you tried to attack a minor sexually.
There it is, Jay.
Someone down and tried to force your way with them.
Here it is. I'm hiding behind the rainbow. I'm hiding behind the rainbow. I was a young guy, I was drunk. I said, listen here, kitty, I want a piece. And if you get away, I got no release. I'm hiding behind the rainbow. You can't attack me because I'm gay. I'm hiding behind the rainbow. 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 I'm hiding behind, I wanna fuck it. What a sicko, right? Like, oh yeah, a 14-year-old, oh, but I'm gay. It's I was drunk, I'm gay. My mother has cancer right now, and I swear to God, someone the other day stole like money from me in my bank account. You know? Hiding behind the rainbow. What the fuck, bro? Now, listen, I mean, here's the thing. Everyone's getting crucified everywhere, like, right? So let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he never did anything wrong after this, right? That he legit was fucking hammered out of his mind, like, you know, and he was 26 and weird and shit. What would it take for anybody to forgive this guy? Because I know he didn't. The only reason why he didn't get to do this is because I guess the kid got away or whatever, but it didn't happen technically.
Yeah, the actor was a little bit wise to his game, you know.
Yeah, he got out of there, but again, like, I don't know, like, what is he? Maybe if he came out and he said, "I made a horrible decision," or was possibly going to make a horrible decision. I was so drunk that right now I couldn't tell you exactly what I was doing or what happened, but I'm glad it did not happen. And at that moment, I changed my life right then and there, actually. And thank God nothing like that ever happened again. And I sort of became a different person. And then you said, but I have no excuse for what happened. I mean, what are you supposed to say? I mean, can you say that? Is there anything that you can say? Like I honestly changed, and like, I hope people forgive me because what I did was despicable and evil and scary. But I'm not normally like that, and that's why I'm bringing up alcohol. You know what I mean? Because like normally, like maybe like a predator would do this when he's not drunk. But so Kevin Spacey could be saying like, well, being drunk triggered me to act like fucking weird, which I never normally am like that. So I want to separate myself from somebody who would normally be this way, but now I'm gay. I mean, I don't like where do you go? I mean, like what do you say? I mean, 14-year-old, what a creepy fucking thing. Like, just fucking, you know, I just leave the planet. If I was Kevin Spacey, I'd be like, I'm out. I'm just killing myself. You know?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, the person that accused him is Anthony Rapp. He's a stage actor. He's been in a few different TV shows and movies, like A Beautiful Mind. He was in the silver screen.
Well, I'm watching him in Star Trek now. That's what was so funny.
Yeah,
I almost
in Star Trek Discovery.
But don't you get a weird vibe that this guy just came out with this now?
Well,
where was this for years?
Empowered with the Me Too thing going on. He wanted to shine a light on how it happens to guys as well, not just women.
It's just funny, like, I mean, like, Star Trek all of a sudden, you know, is going on. They're kind of worried about the ratings and everything. Oh, guess what happened to me? You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was fucking, we've talked about my thing that happened, but I'm not running around Me Too. I don't know, whatever, fuck.
Well, you know what the funny thing is, too, that people are talking about now is that, I remember the episode, too, Family Guy, like 12 years ago, had a quick little snippet of Stewie running by naked, and he's screaming, "Help, help, I escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement."
Yeah. You gotta love him. Dude, you have to love, what's his name?
Seth MacFarlane.
So you gotta love Seth MacFarlane, because Seth MacFarlane was like dropping shade on people for years. Like, almost like there's like a historical document on Family Guy of like anything bad that happened that he found out about. Like, he sort of mocked it on the show.
Yeah, he even talked about Weinstein before it ever came forward as well. He you know, he did a bit about Weinstein during the Academy Awards as well. So
I've done, you know, maybe he makes him kind of still makes him kind of a pussy too, because he should have just came out and said these things, but nobody wanted to talk about it. So it was a different time. I don't fucking know. Let me resume these. We got a couple more donations. We're gonna take phone calls in a few minutes. Get back to talking about Raw review. Sunil, thank you very much for the subscription. Your daughter at the mall.
I think he had a ticket on the Boston plane that was hijacked for 9/11.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. Thank God he didn't go. We wouldn't have the Orville right now.
You know what?
He made
I
it too
fucking
there, but...
came in a bowl and your mother drank cum soup from me.
Oh my God!
Raw was shithole tonight. Asuka versus Alexa at WrestleMania 34. Asuka will win the rumored Women's Royal Rumble match. Alexa's ass is glorious. I'd turn her into a cum dumpster.
Oh my God. Schmegma, thanks for the $8. The perfect ocho right there. Thank you so much for the support of the show. Yeah, I'm sure Alexa would like that if you just devoured her or whatever. You know, just go, it's a cum pumpkin dumpster. For those that don't know, you go out and you grab a pumpkin, you cut a hole in the back of it, and you put one of those toilet paper rolls inside of it to make it nice and rigid on your penis, and you ejaculate in the pumpkin and it comes down. There you go.
Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass!
We got a few more of these. We got some phone calls lined up. You guys can call. I would wait to call the show. Wait a few more minutes to call the show. Because, well, I'll announce when we're taking phone calls, and then you guys can call, and we'll put you
Lines
on.
are busted now anyways.
Everything's all jacked up.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue.
We got pyro. WWE doesn't.
Suck my dick.
Were they really chanting, "You still got it," to Kurt's job as GM or Steph's fine fucking
I don't know
ass?
what they
Again,
were chanting.
Home Alone vibe when the camera panned from Miz's face to Braun Rising and running on top the limo lol.
Yeah, dude, that was totally Home Alone. Like, there's going to be someone putting, like, they're going to do that. Totally. Like a Flan. Thank you so much, Like a Flan, for the donation. Yeah, that was goofy, man. Him running after him was like Benny Hill. Like, it was like fucking Benny Hill.
But Stephanie's ass, she still got it.
Yeah, I don't know where they were going with that one, but...
No, it's just good timing, though, that's for sure.
Harry Jeff, thanks for the subscription, man. Thank you so much. Looks like my phone's finally charged. That's fucking amazing. Guys,
my
hit me
phone
up
has been awful for battery life lately. I don't know what you have. I've got the S7, and ever since the most recent update, I can't get it to stay charged.
Mine's been the same way. Super chat party from Super
Why
Logical
have
Asshole.
title matches tonight if it wasn't to change the Survivor Series card for the better? Emma for life. Fuck Vince for doing that to my wife.
Super Logical Asshole, thanks, man. To make it, to make it seem like the belts are on the line, to give some importance to the show, because it really didn't have much anyway, and it really didn't help it much anyhow. But that's really pretty much why, I think, Super Logical Asshole. But yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to you since the whole Emma thing. I released a bunch of videos, but
yeah, I know.
Just a waste.
She sent out a tweet 2 hours ago that said, "I feel very fortunate to have the most amazing family, friends, and fans in the world. I am excited for the future. The best is yet to come." I feel terrible. I mean, she was never properly utilized. She deserved better. You knew she wasn't going to be Asuka, but at least she gave her a great, match compared to what she's had recently anyways. I'm hoping that, as much as I don't want to see her go, what was she going to do in WWE? I feel like she was going to continue to be, they're just beating, stepchild. They were going to treat her awful.
Yeah.
On a lighter note than Raw tonight, who is y'all top 5 women as far as looks?
Looks.
For me, it's Nikki Cross, Becky, Asuka, Dakota Kai, and Emma most of all.
I don't know, man. All the women seem ugly to me now. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like Sasha, Alexa, Sasha, Alexa. My Alexa app just went off because I said her name.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't even care.
That's the problem. We really don't care.
I don't think my dick works
We
anymore.
should. I really, I enjoy Asuka. Nikki Cross is great.
He said looks. If Raw gave you AIDS, I'm not afraid to say. Raw gave me AIDS. Fuck Raw. Fuck Raw. Fuck Raw. Fuck Raw. Fuck Raw.
That was one of the worst Raws that I have ever seen. I have seen a lot of shitty Raws and always found some good in them, so I never complained, but today really took the cake. Man. Hashtag fuck Vince, hashtag fuck creative, hashtag die of Vince Edie, hashtag you guys shouldn't review shitty Raws.
Well, we have to. Mirov, thanks for the $7. Mirov, if we didn't review shitty Raws, we would never do a review. Mirov, thanks for the $7. We shouldn't review shitty Raws. Oh my God, there wouldn't be a show.
That would be the problem. You'd never have another review show again the way they're going.
Yeah, I mean, what has been good? I mean,
TLC wasn't bad. It was entertaining.
Why are you raising your hand, Leah? It was pretty good when Alexa said that they'd take Mae Young's corpse. Oh yeah, did you hear that when Alexa said like, "Oh, dig up Mae Young's corpse," and Kurt Angle was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I thought that was funny. Some people said it was over the line. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny too, but I couldn't. But at the same time, I couldn't believe they said it. Like I was like, "Whoa!" Like what?
Yeah,
the
it really
fuck?
was shocking for shocking's sake. But
yeah, like I was just like, "Whoa!" Like what the fuck? But like I wasn't like offended by it. I just was like, "Well,
no."
They always fucking.
I just got back from Raw. It's a 6/10 from me.
Yeah, he was there.
Loudest pops for Samoa Joe, Nia Jax, and Braun.
Told you, there it is. Harry was there tonight, guys. So Harry gave it a 6 out of 10 because he was there. So that means it was like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, Vito was there as well, and I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Yeah,
also,
Vito. Hey, what's up, Vito? Gorilla Strong. What's up, Gorilla?
Raw sucked more than Kevin Spacey.
Gorilla's in the house.
No, I don't think Kevin sucked. I think Kevin tried to, I don't know what Kevin tried to do. But thanks, Gorilla. Thanks for the $2, man. Kevin Spacey.
Well, that's true. Raw did suck because Kevin Spacey didn't get to suck. So
what? No,
Kevin Spacey didn't get a chance to go down. He got stopped in the act.
Oh yeah, he got stopped. He tried to swallow.
He tried.
That's
he
gross.
certainly tried.
I'm gonna throw up, bro. You keep forgetting that, oh my God.
It's like 96, 97. Kevin Spacey's in his prime. He's got a hot, career going at that point. And you're telling me all you can attract or be attracted to is a 14-year-old boy? I don't get it. I don't get how some people's brains operate and work.
BRAAAAUUUUUNNN.
Look at this guy. Rising Wolf. Thank you very much. Braun! Rising Wolf. Look at this guy. This guy's trying to be a smartass on Twitter. Can you believe that someone would even fucking say this? I said, there is no way anyone over 12 years old liked this. This guy goes, agreed. Where were the old ladies giving birth to hands? Bring back the Attitude Era.
Go, Ivan.
So, he thinks that the Attitude Era was worse than now. Very good, bro. You're the reason why this show sucks. By the way, I hated that Mae Young thing. I thought it was fucking retarded.
Yeah, that was ridiculous for even back then during chaotic everything. Elon makes a great point. He said Miz already has a match at SummerSlam against Baron Corbin. Why is he upset that Kurt is Team Raw captain? That's what I thought when it was announced. Why would he be upset? He already has a match. He's not going to be the captain of Team Raw and defending his IC title. So, again, they just, no logic. Right out the fucking window.
Problem with this guy is, unfortunately, that's great that you can say that, but fact of the matter is 10 million people saw that happen. Nowadays, 2 million people would have seen it. 2.6 or 2.8 million people saw what happened tonight. Maybe 3 million people saw this. I don't know what that rating was on that show. It probably wasn't 10, but it was probably like 6 at least. So, I mean, there's your argument blown out the door there. And nobody liked that. That was when it was ending. Dude, that was like
at the end of the, Yeah,
that wasn't like
the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I don't remember when it was, actually, to be honest, but I remember it was I remember thinking it was stupid. Was it 99 or 2000 maybe? I don't know. It was at the peak if it was 99. But I remember it was dumb then. We were all like, oh, what's going to happen? That was like 99, I think, so it wasn't the beginning of the Attitude Era. But, you know, there was so much other stuff going on that was awesome that, like, that, like, really wasn't a big deal. Like, that, giving birth to a hand, that Mark Henry Mae Young thing was better than anything happened tonight. What was better tonight than that? Think about it. Like, that's fucking horrible.
Not a damn thing.
I mean, there could be.
I'm trying to find out exactly when that moment happened.
I'm trying to see. I mean, maybe someone want to call later and we'll talk about it. Maybe you have a different opinion. Guys, I'm opening up the phone lines. If you want to call, 339-226-6610 or add me on Skype. Danny Deadly on Skype if you're outside the U.S. and you want to call and don't kill your phone line from wherever you are. 339-226-6610. Just got to unfreeze the phones here, and we'll hear what you guys
at the end of the year 2000.
There you go.
2000.
So it was the end of the year 2000. So that was...
Yeah, so it was right at the end of the Attitude Era, starting to head into the invasion angle, ruthless aggression, all that.
Was it? Wow, I don't know. But anyway, it wasn't the... 98, 99 were like the real Attitude Era. Even 97...
Yeah, that was the real high point.
Even 97... Hello? And by the way, everybody that's commenting, I don't even know who these people are. Who are these people? Are they fake? What's up, Josh? Give me 1 second, Lopez.
All right.
Like, what are these? Like, fake WWE accounts? Like, I tweeted this out to nobody. I, like really? Oh, I guess I tweeted.
You're being... Did you hashtag anything?
Yeah, I did tweet WWE. Instead of complaining, stop watching.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but if you're not using a hashtag, then they have to be searching for it. So
proud member of the Roman Empire.
There we go.
11-year-old found. It's my job to watch.
Just say, isn't it past your bedtime? That's enough.
Just say, despise me.
You really
despise me.
That was really good. Like that was fucking pretty good.
Despise me.
I played it. There it is. You like Dave Rose? Despise me.
Oh my fucking God! I can't get over that.
Despise me. Let me take a phone call real quick. I took him first, but I didn't acknowledge him. Give me 1 second, Lopez. 301, you're live. What's up?
Hey, yo, what's going on, Joe?
Man, I don't know. The only reason why I'm awake right now is basically because I had a giant cup of coffee earlier.
Yeah. I came back from the show. I mean, I thought it was decent, I guess, at most. But yeah, like you said, there's nothing really that interesting.
Well, I mean, you were there, so it's probably like, all right, I was there. It's kind of fun, you know. But like on TV, it was atrocious.
You had to have loved that Tricker street fight, right?
That was so ridiculous.
I've never seen pumpkin seeds hurt like a grenade went off before. That was a brutal weapon.
I'll tell you what. You know who hated that? It was Jim Cornette. Somewhere he was breaking stuff. He would fucking hate that shit, right? Cornette hates that bullshit.
But yeah, the pops were pretty loud for the people who were returning, like Nia Jackson, Samoa Joe, and Bryan. And yeah, the show's mediocre at best. But I only had one question. I was thinking, like, who do you guys think they're gonna bring back for the, Raw anniversary?
I think they kind of.
They should we know Shawn Michaels has come back?
Yeah.
Undertaker, Kevin Nash, right? I think I saw Kevin Nash was up there.
Yeah, Kevin Nash was announced. I'm feeling up to it. I'm sure Ric Flair will stop by. I'm sure they'll bring people back like they did for the 1000th episode, like Vader, if they can,
Vader, wow. They need to induct Vader in the Hall of Fame before he dies.
Yeah, I just had to think to myself before I said that. I'm like, is he still alive? Yep, he's still alive. I couldn't recall.
Well, he said he had like a year or 2 years to live, and there's actually, this is horrible, but there's actually people out there saying like he's lying about it, like because which is I'm never gonna say that, man. I saw him live. He has a problem. Like I don't
think it's a lie. I just don't think. I think it was more of an educated guess than it was. Founded by science.
No, I mean, but he's saying the doctors. I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna believe the guy. He's like really old and stuff. Whatever. He could be dying in the next year or two. Put him in the fucking Hall of Fame. And he listen. He loves himself. A lot of people do. You can tell that by the way he presented himself when he was presenting on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Bring Jim Cornette back again to have him induct fucking Vader. you know, and then I'll heckle Jim Cornette. I'll go there and I'll just yell, "Hey, cocksucker!" You know, no, I won't do that.
Also, Stone Cold, you know, might be there.
Yeah, Stone Cold. Damn it, Vader! I remember me and Leon were sitting at the bar, and because that's the story that Stone Cold tells. That story about Sid getting stabbed by Vader, right? That was the one where they got in a fight. Either Sid got stabbed by somebody. No, Arn Anderson.
Oh, yeah, it was with, I think Sid stabbed, I think Arn Anderson with a pair of scissors. Sorry to jump in, but I think I remember that, yeah.
And it was like, and like Vader came out of his dressing room. No, came out of the hotel room to the bar where Steve was still up, like, drinking. And he came out in his, like, pajamas, like, without a shirt on. They were like, they might have been overseas, I think. I don't remember, and yeah, it's a great story. If you haven't heard it, Google that later and listen to that story that Stone Cold tells, especially if you get the Stone Cold version of it. Sid tells a pretty good version of it, too, in a recent shoot interview I think he might have done, but, I don't know, just a great story and funny as fuck and just fucked up, dude. They're using scissors and someone got stabbed. I think it was Sid. Yeah, Sid is the one that got stabbed, and, like, I think Vader says he saved his life because he had a big giant hole in his leg the size of a quarter that was pumping out blood like crazy, and Vader says he stuck his thumb in it and plugged up the hole or whatever the fuck. So funny story, but anyway, thanks, man. I'm glad you had a good time, I guess. Was there anything like that we didn't see on TV that we should know about?
Nah, not really. I mean, I was wondering if the Braun thing was on TV because that main event was pretty trash in my opinion. I thought they like gave us that to please us on the way out, but I think it made it on TV.
Yeah, I know that the main event was a sham just to make you think, oh, that's the main event. Oh my God, Braun! Like, no, we saw everything. We saw him demolish the Miz and everybody. So, thanks for the call, man. Have a good night. Thanks for calling. All
right, see you later, Joe.
All right, man. Good to hear from you. All right, Josh, what do you got tonight, man? Mr. Lopez.
I want you to despise me. I cannot get over it. Dude, my mind was like fucking blown after that reveal. I'll monetize this.
I took JD's girlfriend.
Despise me. Dude, Twitter was on fire yesterday with all those tweets and memes of JD and Dave Rose.
Oh my God.
I felt bad.
Just brutal. Others were glorious though.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad, but I mean, you know what? It was on social media and I saw the photo and I was like,
That's the skeletons of the closet.
Like I was like, I stopped. I was like, is that fucking JD's old girl? And then I seen the guy next to her, and I'm like, is that fucking Dave Rose? Did she go to see Dave Rose? And I lost my mind. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm DMing her like, did you go to see Dave Rose? And Dave Rose is alive, and he has a penis? Because I heard that he doesn't have sex anymore. And I don't know what happened between them. Oh, but it's clear. I mean, based on, I'm not supposed to talk about that. I'm trying to be nice to her and trying to be nice to everybody. There's so much more to talk that I'm not talking about. I don't want to be, I'm not fucking
not allowed to discuss.
No, not even that I'm not allowed. Some of that I could. I'm not TMZ. It was funny enough. It was like, dude, Dave Rose is with a girl. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? And the fact that it was her and that she went to fucking Canada to fucking see him. Like, what in the fucking blood? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, my universe is crumbling right now. Anyway,
you sent that to me, and I just sat staring at my phone for about 30 minutes.
The breadcrumbs that Joe was leaving on Facebook and Twitter, and then I was looking at the pictures, and I put two and two together. And I remember people were DMing me, and they were saying, "Do you want to know who it is?" I was like, "No. I want to wait till monetize this because I was like, it's got to be Nikki." And then, holy shit, it's Nikki T. It was
fucking
insane.
Believable. I couldn't fucking believe it, man. It was like, I mean, he got fucking cucked. I know that word's getting thrown around a lot, but I mean, he got fucking.
But that's a legitimate use of the word. He definitely got cucked there. Joe, really quick, Vito chimed in. He said he gave the show a 6 out of 10.
Again,
he said, I'm watching the replay, and they completely manipulated the crowd noise for the main event.
Really? What did they do?
Yeah,
why?
Vito, man.
What did they do?
He said the crowd was hot, 8 out of 10, but not for that point. He said they pumped in a lot of crowd noise. So,
well, oh really? So he thinks they pumped in crowd noise.
Yeah, he said they added to the crowd.
Really? And the crowd sounded pretty good. But wait a minute. Didn't that last guy say the crowd was pretty hot though?
Yeah. Oh no, Vito said it as well. They said the crowd was hot. They sounded good, but they added in more cheers to when they weren't cheering.
Because too, you got to remember that different parts of the arena are mic'd differently, or they don't really mic the arena. So different parts of the. So if you're in the middle there, depending on where you're sitting, you
like
can
ringside.
Yeah, like you can be far away in the upper bowl area and think that it's dead. You could be far away in the upper bowl area and think it's loud as shit. But you can be in the front row and be like, it's fucking quiet. And
it all depends on how the arena's set and the reverb and how the sound travels acoustically and.
Yeah, so it's it's a little subjective, so I don't put too much into it. There has been times where it's been dead obvious, like just fucking full on obvious.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, different arenas, just the way they're built, they sound different. Mohegan Sun sounded loud, for a small arena, just the way it was shaped and acoustically treated. Hartford, you can't hear a word of when they say any promos or anything. You can't hear a goddamn thing. It's like a vacuum suck of sound.
Right.
Also, Gorilla Strong let us know that Nikki Bella was eliminated from Dancing with the Stars tonight. So it's lose-lose for WWE tonight. They wanted to see her go pretty much to the finals to keep advertising wrestling, but didn't happen.
And
She
now
sucked.
she's booted off.
You are the weakest link.
I'm sorry, I had to type something in the chat to let everybody know that that statement is incorrect. That Nikki is that way. Nikki is not that way.
No, not
so
at all.
Just so you know,
No.
Nikki is not a fucking slut. So not gonna really stand for that.
Now leave
If anything,
Nikki alone.
she's literally the opposite of that. She's literally somebody who was put through hell. So she's not that. But anyway,
drag through the ringer.
If it took a long time, I think, to finally. But Dave Rose, what are you doing, Nick? He's gonna put a Canadian leaf in your ass. But Josh, Josh, what else?
Cover you in maple syrup and drink it.
He's gonna cover you in maple syrup and then eat your ass. Josh, what else did you think about?
Well, I mean, I did not really watch it. I mean, I just kept up with from a lot of like the Facebook and Twitter posts and stuff. But like everything from what I've been seeing, it was just like all ridiculous. And then and I said this before, it's gonna be the next Ice Age till Raw and SmackDown for it to get any better, because it's true what you said about Angle. Like, he is horrible when he gets scripted like the way he is, and the same goes for so many other stars. Like those scripts got to go. You gotta let these guys have a bit more freedom when they're speaking. Like what Russo did back in the Attitude Era, they all have bullet points saying just keep it around, just with this storyline, that's it. But you guys have free range with the mic. It, like, the stuff they're doing, it's not working anymore. And all of us hardcore guys, the internet fans, internet marks or whatever, we see it immediately. We could smell it from like 1,000 miles away, and it's just bullshit that it's just getting shittier and shittier. And that's the reason why I unsub from the network, and I'd rather throw that money to you guys, the corrupted crew, instead, because I get my money's worth, even though I'm sacrificing NXT. But then I think about, what's the purpose of NXT in the long run if they're going to get wasted? Example, look at the current roster on Raw and SmackDown. Most of them are from NXT. They're just wasted. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, they come up, they're fucked. I mean, you don't want anybody to come up. Just enjoy NXT, and you want to bring you almost wish you could bring some of the people back to NXT and create the perfect wrestling company, because they had it going on, man. They really did, and it all got fucked up. And
I mean, everything was like going to hell after WrestleMania. I mean, because like Luke Harper was like getting over on his own naturally, and and you know what? He should have been part of that he should have been part of the Orton and Wyatt match for the championship, because that would at least push the stock higher, because he has that potential, But they just I just don't get it. I was like, why don't let these guys?
Luke Harper was so good. Like, he really was. Like, he was a great tag team, and then in singles competition, he really shined, and people started like cheering for him and stuff.
His promo delivery was really, really good. I love the way how he did his promos. Like in the back when you had the little light bulb like moving around, like those promos were really good. That's the only promos I could think of. That's like pretty decent.
See,
it may not be amazing, but it's pretty decent so far.
He's another guy I would compare to like Mankind, but the problem is, like, he was really pretty good, but Mankind's still like, I don't know if Luke Harper would have ever been able to like, you know, reach that next level, like, and I think the problem is he never would because, again, the freedom isn't there. The scripting is too much. Like, back in the day, dude, like, that's what got Mankind over. For a while, they went with those early vignettes of Mankind and what he was going to say, but he was still kind of just whacked out, like, Mommy says I shouldn't. Like, and you're just like, wow, what the fuck is this? Yeah. But, like, Luke Harper couldn't get to that because he's still in that bubble of scripted WWE cookie cut shit. But he got there with his wrestling and a little bit of, and he did well with the scripted promos. So because of that, he was connecting the dots for people, and that's why they started cheering for him. But, man, if Luke Harper was around in 1999 or 1998 and they just said, hey, Luke, you know, come up with whatever you can, you know, maybe he would.
He would have been champion.
He would have been champion. Or at least be a part of, like, the main event on a regular basis, though. Like, you'll
he would have
see
started
him
the
regularly.
ministry. He would have spread off from there, and he would have taken off.
Possibly, yeah.
I was loving Harper, man. Like out of from when he was still in the Wyatt family, like the original stable of the Wyatts, like he was the one for me that stand out.
Oh, he was always so impressive, especially live. You get to see him live, and for such a big guy, because again, it's hard to tell when you watch him on camera. You know he's tall, but he's massive, and you see him, he's so limber and agile. You know, Braun is too, but Luke is like another level. You know, jumping off the top rope, diving off, you know, the stage and through the ropes, and just all the maneuvers that he pulls off in the ring. It's very impressive.
Yeah,
it's really impressive.
All right, let me just give a shout out before I leave. I'm gonna shout out to the chat. I want to shout out to Vito of Doom, my brother.
Vito.
Shout out to D Wells, and I got a shout out to the lovely Chef Mamacita. Do you want some Latino heat?
Oh my God! Holy shit! North of the border.
Viva la Rosa. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Viva la Rosa.
Josh Lopez will come north of the border to go south of the border. Holy shit!
Going north, staying south.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, keep up the work, guys, and catch you next time.
All right, man.
Go hide behind the rainbow.
Lopez.
Peace out.
Go hide behind the rainbow. He's trying to hide behind the rainbow.
It's Rostafa and Tony Brooks' birthday, so happy birthday to both of you guys.
Shit, two guys I really like.
Yeah,
happy
absolutely.
birthday.
And Rostafa and No Death both donated. I don't know if it didn't come through with Streamlabs, though. I know they're paused, but I didn't see it even come up in the feed.
No, they're not paused, so... Uh-oh.
All right, they were paused at one point. That's what I said.
Maybe,
so have you checked
they're not
No
now.
Death and Rostafa?
They're not there
now. It might
now.
just be really delayed again, so we'll have to find out.
But they're not even coming up in the feed, like in the actual thing. Like, they're not even coming up there.
Yeah, I didn't see it pop up.
Maybe there's something wrong tonight. Yeah, because there's nothing popping up. Last alert was 26 minutes ago. Somebody sub to the channel who's not subscribed, and we'll see if it comes up. I don't know, or donate. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see any subs, donations, nothing in the last 26 minutes. So
That's
maybe
weird.
there could be a problem. Maybe if there is, I'll refund you, and I'll play it on another show if you want, whatever you want. But that's weird, man. Really fucking weird. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's strange. There's got to be something up with it. But still, happy birthday to both you crazy bastards. Hopefully you both had a good day, and happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to fuck a pumpkin tomorrow. We carved pumpkins at the house with the kids the other day. We got two good-looking pumpkins. Two good-looking pumpkins, baby. Let's take a phone call while we try to figure out what in the world is going on with that. Tony, what's up, Tony?
Hey, Joe. Tonight it is my birthday.
Happy birthday! What's up, man? How you doing? Well, how old are you?
I'm 29 as of midnight.
Oh, shit, yeah. You're 1 year away from depression.
Hey, not exactly. I'm probably going to be 1 year away from going to college.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
well, that'll
man,
be a depression.
What the hell was raw tonight, man?
AIDS.
It was just a savage trash fest.
It was a sleep-induced ass raping.
I know, though. I mean, for Gulak again to screw up Enzo's line, I'm like, somebody pour bleach in my face.
Like, the whole reason why they did the damn thing. Oh, there's a sub, so it is working. Matt Steffi, maybe resubbed, unsubbed. Thanks, Matt. I mean, the whole thing was just to get heat with the crowd, so there was no reason, again. There was no reason for it. Logically made no sense. It was just... they're probably going to end up fighting each other. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like good point, though. I mean, my WWE Champions game on my mobile app phone, to me, was a lot more entertaining than 3 hours of nausea.
Yeah, this was not good, man. It was... The only thing I'll say is I didn't fall asleep. Like, I normally I'm, like, dying. I'm sleeping. Like, I'm going to bed. But the only thing I'll say is the first 2 hours of pacing kept me watching, but what I was watching was still enraging.
But yeah, seeing at the end of The Miz and the Miz Taraj getting their asses beat, I mean, that was pretty hilarious seeing Strowman come out of that compactor.
It was funny, but I just thought it was so bad that I couldn't even laugh at it. Like, I was like, that. It wasn't like good bad. Like, again, like if they'd done something with him, like abducting a guy or something, like it just seemed, it was kind of funny in a horrible way. But Tony, man. It was awful. That's all you got to say. But hope your birthday's good. Happy birthday, Tony.
Yeah, and you guys made a point, though. I mean, Kane's burying people, though, that should not deserve to get buried.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me that they keep burying Seth and Finn Balor, and they're using all these guys for that reason. I think it's fucking stupid. Happy birthday, Tony. Thanks for the call, man. I think what they're doing is dumb.
It's a bit ridiculous. Glorious Eugene let us know that WWE released an update on Daniel Bryan, said he's in the hospital being evaluated.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Trey, thanks for the sub, Trey. Appreciate that. Well, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the JCS crew, the JCS family. Matt, the Misfit. What's up, Matt?
Not much, guys. What about you?
I am slowly wanting to hurt myself because this was just so bad, Raw. I don't know what to say about it.
Raw seems like it was almost produced by Michael Bay.
Yeah, in a way. Especially the first 2 hours. It was like Fast and the Furious.
Bray Wyatt was backstage tonight. He's cleared to come back.
Oh, yeah, well, I figured so because the other day he was tweeting, yelling at Leo Rush. So
yeah, I'm like, so what is he gonna do? I mean, looks like the Finn Balor thing's over with him.
He's gonna infect people with whatever. Yeah,
I mean,
talk about
JoJo
ruining.
was back and Bo Dallas, so I'm like, well, where's Bray Wyatt? At first I thought I was like,
oh
so
shit, they're
cool
working.
He came out and interrupted.
The donations are working. I'm sorry. They're actually working.
Raw gave me AIDS, fuck Raw. Raw gave me AIDS, fuck Raw.
Sorry, I'm late. Just wanted to say Luke Gallows has a perfect jism head.
Oi-chan fucked me. Thanks for the $7 donation. He says Luke Gallows has a perfect jism head.
That's anyone jism head.
Dude, that pumpkin, the sight of that pumpkin stuff, I mean, dude, Twitter is like feasting on that. There's like a meme, sodomization of memes going on right now.
Punch you right in the ovaries.
Oh, speaking of WWE, all right, so the latest patch for 2K came, well, not for Xbox, but for PS4. They accidentally released the entrances for the NXT guys.
Yeah, I saw people using it in the My Career mode and stuff.
Oh, that was, I don't know if that was actually done on purpose, but the one thing I'm actually excited about the patch is I can finally play the freaking 8-man tag matches now.
Yeah, a lot of it is still really, really broken. Yeah. Feels like a huge misstep. Every time I get something to work, like 3 other things are broken as fuck. I snapped a clip before I was going to throw up on Twitter of the game just freaking out and making Finn Balor like 7 times larger than the screen. Like he looked like a blob and just, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. 2K18 is a little bit much better to play than 17. That's like, yeah, but like the game still isn't. I mean, not every game's going to be perfect. People just need to chill out on that.
Can you believe that there's a Leo Rush petition? I don't know what this petition is for. Like, what, to fire him?
It looks like it.
Listen, what Leo Rush said was dumb as shit, and I crapped on him the other day. Like, what a fucking idiot. Like you just got to NXT, and now you're saying, like, oh, Emma. And then, like, what the fuck, dude? And then to say in your apology, like, on behalf of me and the WWE, Emma, we hope you have a good, future or whatever. On behalf of me and the WWE? Does he speak for the WWE? He just got here 3 weeks ago. What the fuck is Leo Rush talking about? So Leo Rush is a fucking idiot, but I'm not signing a petition to get him fired. Live and learn, and now go wrestle.
I think I know where Emma's going to go next. She might go to either Shimmer or Stardom.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. She'll wrestle around.
They're going to want her back after a while. Trust me. I mean, they're wanting Cody Rhodes back.
That's the thing is I almost feel like she should just be quiet because the fan backlash, although it didn't continue. Like the backlash was just that day, and now it's over. I think if fans had really made some noise about it, though, we could have seen Emma back in a few months, and she may still return, like you just said. But
what about the fans chanting CM Punk tonight? I heard that
they started doing that, and then half the other fans booed it. Like they were like no, like people can't decide.
Man, but yeah, the Undertaker coming back is why. I mean, as long as he's not setting up a feud and he maybe actually announces an actual retirement and goes in the Hall of Fame, I'm okay with that. But how are they going to do the 2 location things? I'm curious about that.
You can answer that, Jake. I'm sorry, I missed what you said. I'm typing.
Yeah, if he sets up an actual like retirement angle, like they're saying, oh, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame this year, then I'm fine with him showing up. Any other reason? Fucking bleach fest.
And how they're going to do
There's no reason to bring him back. What? He's not what he once was. We know that. He's provided most of his life in the ring. Come on.
Well, if Sting's going to be there, if you want to do a little moment with him and Sting, I'd be okay with that.
But I feel like that's such a...
I don't mean like a match, just a moment, just to have those two in the ring together.
I feel like it's, too little too late at that point. They really should have went ahead and had the goddamn match at WrestleMania, 30, 32. 31, 32.
Well, the thing was, had Sting not, got injured, the match was supposed to be him and Taker. So, at 32. So, but that...
Yeah,
thing.
I mean...
And then how about the
31, it was originally supposed to happen, and then shit went down because Triple H and Sting, faced off.
Oh, they didn't even know if Taker was actually going to actually wrestle.
Exactly, but that was why it was the original plan.
But Taker looked really good in that match with Bray Wyatt. That was a really good match.
It was. I mean, it wasn't a show stealer, but it was solid compared to other outings.
Could have had a show stealer had The Rock not took that much time that they did, but I understand why they did it, so they can get a little bit dark for Undertaker's entrance.
Yeah, exactly.
But how about the 2-night thing? Not the 2-night, but they're going to have 2 locations at the same night for Raw. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know either if they're going to go back and forth between, feed to feed, 2 buildings. I'm not sure.
Didn't they do that for one of the In Your Houses when I think it was the one
they did it for WrestleMania at one point too, where they did it for multiple venues. WrestleMania 2 or 3, one of the 2.
I think it was 2.
I always forget.
And then
wait a minute, for what? What was the question? What about what WrestleMania 2? What?
Was it WrestleMania 2 or 3 where they did it from 3 different venues?
2.
It was 2. Okay, yeah.
It's Raw because they're going to be doing Raw with 2 different venues. I still don't know how that's going to work. I'm interested to see how that works.
We'll certainly see.
Wait a minute, they're going to do. Wait a minute, say that again. They're going to do Raw from different venues.
Raw, yeah, Raw is going to be split up between 2 venues for the 25th anniversary.
Center and the Hammerstein Ballroom that same night.
Wow, that's actually kind of cool. I didn't know that. It's been a while.
When's the last time WWE had a show at a Hammerstein Ballroom?
I think
that like the ECW stuff?
Dude, I think WrestleMania 2 might be the... I don't remember that ever happening again.
I think he's right. I think Matt's right. When they did it in your house, I think they did it at one point, but I'm not positive.
I think... Actually, it was because they came here to South Carolina one year for that show. It was Beware of Dog, where it was... The main event was Undertaker and Goldust in the casket match. And that's when Mankind came out and did start the feud with the Undertaker.
Beware of Dog, isn't that the one where the lights went out and got all fucked up?
Yeah, and then because I was like a little child. I went to the one at the Coliseum when they had that show. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that was the one that got jacked up. I remember. I don't remember exactly how.
Stone Cold's match was in the dark, wasn't it?
Savio Vega, yeah, the strap match.
Yeah, and then they had to do the entire card again at a different venue, and yeah.
It's so weird, man. That was so wild. That's for all the times that things that could go wrong, that it pretty much only happened then, and maybe a couple other little blips here or there. It's kind of amazing that things haven't gone worse. Like there hasn't been like a power outage.
Yeah, like they almost lost the feed in the hardcore match at WrestleMania 17. I think it was.
They almost had to do that with Battleground. Remember when the power went out that one night? It was main event. I think who was that? Orton and Bryan.
The only other example, I guess, could be like the snowstorm thing in Connecticut, but then they did the show from the building or whatever.
I would have done the whole show from the Performance Center. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been cool. If
they should have done something like that. But I like what they did with the backstage segments all night. It really fit and worked well. And we had a good SmackDown. We had the casket match between Kane and Daniel Bryan then. It was good. It was fun.
That was pretty good. Yeah, well, and then wasn't that when they first started the whole Undertaker Bray Wyatt feud that night?
No, that was shortly. I think the week after.
No, because he started doing those promos, and everybody's like, "What is he talking about?" I'm like, "He's talking about the Undertaker."
Yeah, that started the week after.
Yeah.
Well, man,
yeah,
appreciate the call, Matt. I'm gonna let you go. All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Matt. Good to hear from Matt the Misfit. Old school caller, Matt the Misfit. Glad he's still here. And shit. Oh shit. Oh man, Roman Reigns.
You're my man. I wanna see you naked. Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. I don't care if your whole fist goes up my asshole. Roman Reigns. Oh, Roman Reigns.
Is anybody going to watch Bound for Glory?
Nope. Bound for Glory. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
no. I mean, to be honest, Global Force has been better than WWE sometimes, but you know what? It's still, oh god, I can't even watch that shit. They're a fucking mess over there. Remember last year they were so good at this time.
Last year I actually watched a TNA pay-per-view. This year, I hope it fails.
Last year TNA was on fire right at this time. It was incredible. 616, what's up?
What's up, Joe? Once again, your show's way better than Raw, like always. I didn't know what to say. Just
it sucked.
Go to Wendy's. The new chicken tenders with a sauce. That's all I got to say.
Dude, I'm gonna go to Wendy's. I'm gonna grab some chicken. I'm gonna grab some sauce. I'm gonna stuff the chicken in my ass, pour the sauce down my mouth, and pretend like I'm getting double teamed. Thank you, 616. He didn't even know what to say. It was just so bad. He called, but he didn't know. He probably couldn't believe he got through. Mr. Face Paint, thank you, Mr. Face Paint, by the way, for that $14. On that note, I'm going to end the show tonight. You know, I mean, there really isn't much. We didn't go through it the way I wanted to, but we spent so much time clobbering around here that we really didn't get to covering everything directly. But Samoa Joe versus Apollo Crews, whatever, predictable, happens. Didn't believe Samoa Joe was going to come back in that situation, but he did. Matt Hardy versus The Miz. Matt Hardy is fucking trash at this point. Just leave the WWE.
Nothing that he's getting done, matters. Finn Balor, Cesaro, they had a good match. I liked it.
Why? When Matt Hardy leaves the WWE, I can't wait I can't wait. It's gonna come out. He's gonna be like, it was awful. Like they didn't do
I wish we never went back.
You didn't do anything with Matt Hardy, a guy that just created this fucking amazing character and was like the talk of wrestling for like a year. For at least 6 months, Matt Hardy was the most over thing in wrestling. Delete, all these things. And you couldn't recreate something with Matt Hardy and said that you couldn't have him flip-flop into some other crazy type of character and saying that Matt Hardy has been experiencing some weird things over the last few years, the last year. And now it seems like he's become blah, blah, anything. You couldn't do anything with Matt Hardy whatsoever, regardless of who got injured and storylines got ruined. You couldn't come up with something for this guy who has so much creativity and let him run with it. I mean, this is unbelievable. We thought, he's going to go broken. Later, he is broken. He's not. They might go broken. He'll become woken. Nothing. Enema at SummerSlam if he's not broken. What a joke. What a waste. What a giant
I truly believe, Joe, I would have bet my life, my child's life, everything, that they would have been broken a month after WrestleMania, the latest.
Yeah.
I was like, they're going to come back at WrestleMania. Are they broken? Are they not? We didn't hear them talk, but we saw them do a few of the delete things. All right, here we go. It's going to happen soon because they just wanted a nostalgia kick for WrestleMania. They're going to give them the belt. Something's going to happen. They're going to be broken. Excellent. And imagine all the possibilities. The broken, Brilliance versus the Wyatt family. And we're going to get to finally see that. And we're going to see the Hardys face, everything we wanted. And we got none of it.
WWE.
They had an abysmal tag team reign, a title champion reign. And that was it.
WWE cucked TNA Wrestling. They fucking cock-blocked TNA Wrestling. They took Matt Hardy away. And I almost wonder if WWE hinted at Hardy. We'll do something, Matt. We're gonna do something like unbelievable. And Matt said that to me. Dude, at the time, you got to remember, me and Matt Hardy talked a lot, and I DM'd him a bunch. And I can remember Matt was very, very excited. And Matt Hardy said to me, wow, wait till we do this in the main on the WWE stage. He was saying that stuff to me, not as delete. He was saying that stuff to me as a person, as a real person. Matt Hardy was so great. When Matt Hardy finished his match at Top Rope Promotions and he came to the backstage, I was sitting in the corner. All the guys were trying to talk to them, including the guys he had the match with. He came right up to me, Matt Hardy did, and said, Joe, what did you think of the match? Like, I was fucking blown away. I'm in the locker room trying to stay out of the way. I'm the commentator. I'm trying to stay out of the way of Matt Hardy and, you know, the wrestling the Devil's Reject. Fucking Matt Hardy comes up to me ripping his tape off. Right, hey, Joe, you know, what'd you think of the match? Wait till, and then after, you know, we talked, then he said, wait till you see what we do on TNA this week. Wait till you see what we filmed. Like, he's like, I think people are gonna lose it. You know, and he was excited. He couldn't wait for people to see it. And
you could really see that his passion was fully reignited. And he was all about wrestling.
I don't know if I'm 100% Jake, but I think it was that he was excited about biting somebody. I think he was biting a fan. And Matt Hardy was like, I'm going to be, you know, he mentioned what was going on. And he was excited that you're going to see him, like, attack the fan and eat the fan.
I think that's what, at that point, it was something around there, you know. But like you said, it's like, my God, their passion was back. They loved entertaining people, and that it just showed. It was evidently obvious. Everything, you know, like everything was perfect. All the gears were turning in sync. Everything they did was just spot on. They could do no wrong at that point.
But the fact that Matt Hardy after that was so excited, because when I was down in Florida at WrestleCon, you know, like he was like, wait till you see what happens next. And then to see what he says and say, to clearly know that Matt Hardy was excited to say, wait till we do this on the big stage of WWE. It wasn't, wait, we're going to go back to WWE and we're going to be the Hardys. Like, wait till we go back to being the Hardys again in WWE. No, he said, wait till we do this. Wait till we can take this to the WWE stage. Like, it's going to be nuts.
Especially considering how they funded everything themselves in TNA. Imagine having the financial backing that WWE would bring about. You and I were like salivating at the possibilities. It seemed almost endless.
Yeah, so I mean, absolutely sabotaged. I believe it was sabotaged by WWE. I absolutely believe it. They came there under the idea that they were going to do this gimmick or do something, but they didn't know what it was or what was going to happen legally with TNA. So they loosely did the delete stuff and whatever else. But the fact that they weren't able to warp this and go into something else, I think it got ruined. You would have rather them stay in TNA because they were entertaining. Remember that? Can you guys believe that I was tuned into TNA every week wanting to see what the Hardys were going to do. You know what's funny is when it's happening, when we were watching TNA and watching the pay-per-views, I ordered the deletions. You know, you kind of just were in the moment. But now that we're out of the moment, that is a time I'm never going to forget. I am never, ever going to forget the deletion stuff. And when Matt Hardy went broken, how weird it was. I'm never going to forget the EC3 parody. I'm never going to forget at that point in time, TNA Wrestling had one of the better locker rooms ever for them, at least recently, with EC3 and Eli Drake and Mike Bennett and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, and Rosemary, and what the hell was the name? Decay. Like, Decay was great. Like, Bobby Lashley was at the top. They had the Wolves. I mean, that locker room at that time was like, wow, like they got something right now. And you saw that fall apart so fast. It fell apart so quickly. And it really started with the Hardys just leaving. I mean, it started before that a little bit, but the Hardys leaving and Anthem Sports. Anthem wrecked the whole fucking thing. And Anthem probably saved the thing from going under completely, but Billy Corgan could have saved that. That move right there. If you could go to a parallel universe and put Corgan in charge with his money and whatever backing and whatever he wanted to do and allowed that to happen, you could be talking about the Hardys still there, that locker room flourishing, and you could be talking about competition right now even with the WWE, and it's amazing to think that now, like, it's fucking dead. It is dead. I mean, Josh Matthews was terrible on commentary, and I hated the commentary team. That needed to be fixed.
Steve!
Crazy Steve! Like, that needed to be fixed. But, because Josh Matthews sounds like an extension of Michael Cole. But
yeah, he sounds like a nerdy Michael Cole.
Man, you got to give it to WWE. They killed it. You killed TNA. You told the Hardys it was going to be this thing. And I know they did, because, or something, because why would Matt Hardy, for Matt, everything.
They were in Ring of Honor performing, classics at this point, and then they probably wouldn't have dropped the titles in that match to the Young Bucks the night before Mania had they not planned on going to WWE. So the WWE had to entice them and offer them something, because Matt wasn't worried about money, and you know that. That was said multiple times. They didn't sign with WWE originally, and even them staying with TNA wasn't about financial gain. It was because they wanted more creative control. So money wasn't their source of,
They I don't know. I mean, like, one of the things that did set them off was the 10% of whatever you make everywhere else we're going to take. They were mad about that.
But it wasn't about the financial situation they had said in interviews. It was the fact that they felt like what they created was being taken from them. Especially, they took
they got mad when they were negotiating the contract, and they got mad that they were trying to take 10% of their fucking money from all these shows.
Of their earnings, because they had their own store. They had their own store for years that they never had to share revenue with. So now all of a sudden they wanted something that they had for years on their own.
Yeah, but I don't think it was really the creativity. I don't think it was the, I don't agree with that. I don't think they had the creativity, and they were.
Well, it's not just a creative license, but what I'm saying is, even how I read it, they said that they were upset and agitated that for years they had their own, their own way to sell their merchandise to fans, and it was all their work, their production, their labor. And now they wanted a cut of something that they did nothing
that's the money.
To help build.
So you're agreeing with me? That's the money. That's not the creativity of what they're doing. That's just. That's the money.
They didn't do anything to earn a cut of the money. They were just taking it from them without doing anything in return.
Yeah. Again, so that's right. You proved my point. It was the money.
It wasn't about the money for them though. It was the fact that they were taking more from them for no reason.
Okay, but this is the money. They're taking more from them, which is more money.
Sure,
they tweeted
I
about
get your
it.
point, but yeah.
Well, that's what it was. They were pissed about that. They tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys. I mean, that's how I'm gonna end tonight. I mean, who gives a shit? The Raw was awful tonight. I don't give a fuck. There's no point in going through any of it. It was as simple as this. Didn't really agree with some of the stuff they did. It wasn't very entertaining. But the pace of the show for the first couple hours was better than usual because things kept moving at least. That's the one thing I'll say. But again, I give it a 3 out of 10. What do you guys give it? Let me know. Also, hit me up on Twitter at RealJoeCronin. On Twitter, follow me on Twitter. We're almost at 3,000 followers. Again, we had the third Twitter account that I've had to create. So used to have 30,000. Then I had Then I had to create a new one. Had 6,000. Now I had to create another one. Now I'm at 2,800. So it just goes down and down and down on Twitter because Twitter likes to cock block me, and also YouTube likes to cock block me because we are doing this show from a different channel than Joe Cronin Show. We're doing this from Corrupted because I can't go live on Joe Cronin Show. So. And YouTube also blocks tons of videos because they're restricted depending on the what Nazi country you're in that won't let you watch whatever I do. So make sure you go ahead and you hit me up on Patreon. And I'm trying to find the Patreon thing right now. Where the fuck is it? I can't find it. There it is. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Go become a patron tonight. And we're uncensored. I can do whatever the fuck I want over there. I can say and do whatever I want. I'm uncensored. I will shoot. I will talk. I will suck. Well, I won't do that. But we'll do it all on patreon.com/Joe Cronin. So if you guys want bonus stuff, if we get shut down over here for things and you still want to be connecting and hearing the stuff, definitely be on Patreon. Also, I've uploaded Monetize This on Patreon in audio form so you can download it to your phone without killing your data plan. So go right there. You can download part 1 and 2 of the entire episode of Monetize This 133. Also my other stuff. And if you want to see Monetize This and you don't like Patreon or you can't do Patreon, it is up for free for everybody as always. But I put it up on VidMe, vid.me/Joe Cronin Show. So VidMe is a great alternative to YouTube, and you can download the app and all that other bullshit. But if you're new, hope you hit that sub button down below, and you go over to my real YouTube channel, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, where we do wrestling over there. This channel is sort of like our podcast, shock jock style show over here. But yeah, vid.me/Joe Cronin Show has monetized this in its entirety, and you can watch it there. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for being fucking badasses. Thanks for all the people that donated tonight. I'll see you guys over on Twitter. And thanks for being part of the Patreon. I'll see you tomorrow night for the SmackDown review right here on youtube.com/corrupted podcast. And also look for my news videos on the Joe Cronin Show. And that's all I got to say. Jake, anything you want to say?
No, that's it. Hope everybody has a great and safe Halloween.
All right. Don't get fucked by a pumpkin. Don't get abducted. Eat some candy. Don't find AIDS in your Hershey's bar. Good night.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cruel way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.